following is an excerpt of a recent MORTradio broadcast. And also in the news, which could be categorized under the heading of what in the fuck were you thinking about? A young girl by the name of Monalisa Perez shot and killed her boyfriend, Pedro Ruiz, during a stunt that they were doing for their YouTube channel. What was the stunt? Pedro was going to hold a book in front of his chest. I'm assuming it was a very thick book, but was going to hold a book in front of his chest, and Monalisa was going to fire a .50 caliber Desert Eagle into the book. Let me repeat that. She was going to fire a .50 caliber Desert Eagle into the book. Obviously, the stunt didn't work. The bullet went through the book and into Pedro's chest, most likely rupturing his heart and going through his spine, severing it. He pretty much was dead before the paramedics arrived, but they still went through the obligatory routine of trying to resuscitate him and airlifted him to a hospital, but it was a hopeless cause. He was dead. Now, there were 2 cameras set up during this great stunt that they came up with. One camera was set in front, one camera was set behind Pedro, and one in front, like I said. And they tried the stunt, and everything was captured on film, or video, I should say. And the police have confiscated the cameras for evidence, obviously. And now, Monalisa. Oh, and did I add? I like to add that both Monalisa and Pedro are the parents of a 3-year-old child who witnessed all this as well, according to news reports. Well, now Monalisa, who's also, by the way, pregnant with their second child, I think she's like 25 or 28 weeks pregnant, is now being charged with second-degree manslaughter. She's been released, I think, and is back home, but is wearing an ankle bracelet, a GPS ankle bracelet, and is pretty much confined to the house. And obviously, when you read this story, when I read it, and I know other people read it, and this all took place in Minnesota, in the land of Jesse Ventura, Jesse the Body Ventura. When you read this story about this stunt, this prank, or whatever you want to phrase it as, when you read about this stunt going wrong, you obviously are feeling bad, because you know that this Monalisa Perez, this girl, did not mean to kill her boyfriend. She didn't plan this or anything. It was an accident. So yes, it's sad and it's tragic, but it's also fucking stupid, really stupid. And so her being charged with second-degree manslaughter is a correct charge. She should be charged with this crime. This is no different than if she was a drunk driver and she slammed her car into someone and killed them. This is no different. Obviously, a drunk driver doesn't want to kill anyone, but when they do, they have to pay a penalty. They have to go to jail. They have to pay fines. They lose their license. Their life is disrupted because they made a bad choice, and through their stupidity, through their stupid act, which is drunk driving, they killed someone. So you can feel sad all you want for Monalisa, but it's under the same category. She did a stupid thing, a senseless, stupid thing, and it resulted in the death of another individual. And yes, and obviously the boyfriend was partly to blame. That goes without saying. He wanted to do the stunt as well. But that doesn't alleviate blame on Monalisa Perez. She's still responsible for her actions, no matter what her boyfriend wanted to do. So, yeah, it's sad and it's tragic, but it's also fucking stupid. Again, this is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. Whether it's a 22 caliber or a 357 Magnum or a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, you don't point a gun at anyone unless you intend to shoot them. And if you intend to shoot someone, then you better intend to fucking kill them. Not wound them, not give them a flesh wound so they stumble and fall and they won't bother you. No, if you point a gun at someone and you fire the gun at a person, your intent should be that you are going to kill them. Obviously, that wasn't the case here. They played around to do a stunt for YouTube. Why? To garner more views, to get more subscribers. According to Pedro's family, again, Pedro being the one that's dead, according to his family, he was talking about this stunt for a while. That he was going to hold this book and have Monalisa shoot into the book, and it would be a dangerous stunt, and they would garner a lot of views and maybe get some more subscribers and look for that YouTube fame, which is so stupid when you think about it. This struggle to get fame on YouTube, this attitude that a lot of people have about YouTube, that they look at it as a fucking career choice. That this is what I'm going to do for a living. I'm going to make YouTube videos and get ad revenue. And then I'll open a Patreon account and I'll get people to donate money to me. And I'll grow and I'll expand. I'll be as big as, I don't know, PewDiePie or FouseyTube or whatever. After high school, I'm going to be a YouTube star. It's stupid. YouTube is something you do, and if you can reap some reward from it, that's great. But you shouldn't hinge your whole life, your career choice, on being a YouTube star. They just recently had this Randy Stair, the kid who went into the grocery store he worked at with a shotgun and killed 3 of his co-workers before blowing his own brains out. And one of his complaints, one of them, he was already a psycho probably, but okay, one of the complaints he had was that he never could break the 10,000 subscriber mark on his YouTube channel. No matter what he did, he always had only 10,000 subscribers. Are you fucking kidding me? This is an issue. This is a problem. I have only 10,000 subscribers and I'm doing my best. What do I do? This is my career. Give me a fucking break. You do YouTube to enjoy making videos, to put out your art or your thoughts or your opinions, and you go on with your life. You go back to your real job. And when you have time, you put out a video. What you don't do is make it a career choice, and what you don't do is do stupid stunts involving guns, to shooting at each other to garner views like Monalisa and Pedro did. Because they did this, and now Monalisa's in jail or faces jail time, and Pedro's dead. And their 3-year-old daughter, her life is all fucked up, obviously. And the child that Monalisa is carrying now, well, that child's life is going to be semi-fucked up. Maybe not as much because she's not born yet, but it's still an ugly situation. But again, I digress on that. On that, my point was, you had Pedro's family saying that he's had this idea for a long time, that he was talking about it, And they were telling him, well, Pedro, it's not a good idea. You shouldn't do this. And I say, that's what you told him? Did any of you, was there any man there who walked up to Pedro and grabbed him by the shirt and said, you do something stupid like this and I'll disown you from this family. You will never be able to speak to us again. This is stupid. Now give me that gun now. Was there any family member, man or woman, was there any family member that said, you will give me that gun and give it to me right now? I don't give a shit if you're 22 years old, if you're your own man. You talking this nonsense, firing a gun at you, a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, can't say that enough, a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, firing it at you so you can get more views on YouTube? Are you fucking insane? Give me that gun. Where was the family saying, where was the family to say this? Where was the adults that said, hey, I'm not allowing you to do this. I don't care what you say. And if you want to call the police for me taking your gun, then you call the police because I'll give it to them. But no one did. They heard his idea and said, no, don't do it. And then left it at that. Supposedly Monalisa, and again, I'm getting this is just from the very vague news reports that are just coming in about this whole situation. Monalisa kind of didn't want to do the stunt either. She was saying to her boyfriend that she didn't think the stunt was very, very safe, obviously. Why wasn't it very safe? Because it was a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, you fucking morons. Anyway, she thought it wasn't very safe, but he obviously convinced her to do it. And please don't have the argument that she was forced to do it or he badgered her and she finally submitted, she relented and said, okay, I'll do it. No, she did it of her own free will. I guarantee you she thought, well, I don't really like to do, I don't want to really do this, but it would garner a lot of views. It would, maybe get us some more subscribers because she even tweeted about it. She tweeted about how they were going to shoot at each other or that she was going to shoot at him. And it was dangerous and it was his idea and not hers. And she put little, emojis to it like shock and, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're doing this. Are you fucking kidding me? That's how their attitude was? Oh, I'm going to fire a 50 caliber Desert Eagle at him. Oh my goodness. You fucking child. You fucking moron. Are you fucking kidding? These are people who are caring for children, by the way. I don't care if you want to say, well, they're just kids and kids are stupid and they make mistakes. This is a 19-year-old woman and a 22-year-old man. They're legal adults. They are given a certain amount of responsibility because they decided to have children. So I'm a child or I'm young still. That's out the window. The minute you wanted those kids, the minute you kept those kids and wanted to have your family, your child excuse, your child pass card was torn up and tossed out the window. You're now an adult. You now have to conduct yourself a certain way. And if you get, if you threw away your childhood, well then, oh well, so be it. This is what you wanted. They're taking care of children and they're coming up with this kind of bright idea. Fire a 50 caliber Desert Eagle at me. It's sad. It's sad and disgusting. But the one thing that came out of this was that if you look right now on Social Blade, you can see their subscriber count and their video views have actually gone up. They went from about 4,000 subscribers to over 10,000. Literally within a day or two. And their video views, which were anywhere from 1,000 or so for a video or whatever, now their last video, which was posted on the day that Pedro was shot and killed, their last video that they posted has almost 1 million views. Now, if you watch the video, it's them at an amusement park, and it's boring. You're sitting there going, okay, it's just them walking around a very small little fair carnival, and that's it. And talking to some kids and prattling about shit, just senseless shit that we all prattle about, but it shouldn't be like put out there for people to watch. But anyway, that's all the video is, and yet it has almost 1 million views. Mind you, its like-dislike ratio is about 20% likes and 80% dislikes. And the comment section is filled with the usual vulgarity of, well, Monalisa, you fucking killed him. It's all your fault. You're a piece of shit. On and on and on. Pointless trolling. So the one thing that they wanted to do, which was garner views and get more subscribers, well, guess what? Guess what? You got that. Because that's what YouTube is. It's empty calories. It's fluff. It's senseless entertainment. It's something for the background. You just sit there and watch it, and you zone out. And when people hear that, well, there's this YouTuber who went on a killing spree, or there was this YouTuber who shot and killed her boyfriend during a stunt gone wrong, everyone rushes over to the channel to see what the channel's about, to see what they were like, and a few of their videos. And then eventually the effect wears off, and everyone just goes on and forgets about the person and leaves behind all the tragic bullshit that went on that got them to go to that channel in the first place. So they garnered their views. They got more subscribers, but at the cost of sending a 50 caliber bullet into a man's chest and killing him instantly. So I really feel bad for Monalisa Perez, and I give my condolences to the family of Pedro Ruiz. I can say that I've seen the results, and I've said this many times before in our broadcast about how, because of what we do, we see a lot of results of what happens when people do stupid things. And this is no different. And I know it's a tragic thing, but Monalisa Perez should pay a penalty for this. And not the penalty that she's going to carry personally from her actions, the memory of what she's done, but she needs to also be penalized by the laws of her land because they mishandled a very powerful, vicious weapon, a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. And in the result of such, a man is dead. And she needs to pay the price for that.